Hello. I have my design board all set up for this block. The pieces are cut. I kind of have them grouped together in the sections that we're going to start with the assembly. And I pre-made the flying geese. You've seen me do that before, so I didn't want to bore you with that. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside and start piecing our block together. So we're going to do a bunch of little squares together, and we're going to make some four patches and other little parts of the block. So using my 1/4 inch seam, I'm going to line up each block so that the shape matches all the way around, and then we're just going to sew 1/4 inch seam. And I'm just going to kind of chain piece these. Okay, we've got a bunch of things sewn together. I'm going to just go ahead and cut these chain pieced units apart, and then we'll go press and lay out some more of our block, and we'll just keep putting it together in sections. Okay, for the pressing, I'm going to just kind of heat set each one of my units here. And I'm going to, on all of these little pieces, I'm going to go ahead and press the seams open just because we have a lot of seams that are going to be meeting up. And it just makes it come together a little bit easier when we're piecing. On the center block, I am going to just go ahead and press these seams to the center piece, and then I'll kind of, I didn't press those open because I think they're going to lay flat. It's a big enough area, so we're going to leave that like that. And then let's arrange some of our block to see what our next process is going to be. Okay. Okay, so I have my design board, and I know that I have to sew these units together And then I'll be able to join them to my centerpiece, so that's something that we'll have to do. We're also going to make these into a little 4-patch unit like this, so we can join all of those. And then we'll come back and press that and continue laying it out and sewing it together. Units. Okay, I've got both of those done, so those will get ready to be pressed. And then we're going to start with these into 4-patch. And so I'm going to line them up. Okay, and then on our flying geese units, we'll need to sew these together. We have 4 of those, so we're just going to complete that now while we're at the sewing machine. Okay, we'll just clip everything apart and then we'll head on over to do some pressing. Okay, at the pressing station, we're just going to go ahead and press all those little units that we've sewn together. Okay, and now I'm going to take my design board and kind of organize the pieces so that we can keep working to get our block assembled. So here is our center, and so we're going to go ahead and add these 2 pieces to complete the center block, and that is laid out correctly. And then we're going to take these units that we made here with our flying geese, and I know they're all going to go in one direction, so I'm just going to kind of set them here, and then half of them of these units are going to get added to this side of them, and then half of these units are going to get added to the opposite side. So I'm just going to kind of lay them on here in the direction that they will need to be added. And then we'll go ahead and sew those pieces together, and then we'll be ready to create our block. Okay, we're going to start with this, and I'm just going to line up these seams here. They should just kind of lock right into each other since I press seams towards opposite sides. I'm just going to check the rest of the piece. Looks good. Okay, and instead of breaking thread, I'm just going to grab the next set of things that need to be sewn together. And I'm going to get these lined up and stitch those. Okay, and then I'm going to just grab this one from back behind, do a little finger press just to kind of get that out of the way, and then we're going to add the bottom piece on. And we'll just line those seams up, lock them into place. Okay. And then I'm going to add the one to the other side. And I'm going to clip that one off and just kind of check it. Looks good. That's going to be ready to be pressed. And we're just going to keep on sewing all of these together until these flying geese units here are all created. Okay, and on to some more pressing. Okay, and then we're going to keep on pressing. So I'm just going to press that to one side. That looks good. Okay. This is our center block, and that turned out pretty awesome. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. So we'll just leave that to the side there and then get all of these units pressed. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and one more of those, and then we'll lay everything out. And we've got all of our little subunits done, and then we'll be ready to sew it together just like a big 9-patch. Okay, that looks good. So we've got all of our pieces. And I don't think it's all going to fit on this design board, but we'll just overlap it and kind of cheat a little bit. And so for our top row, we are going to add a flying geese section. That's going to go right there like that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to have a 4-patch there, and then one on this side. We're just making sure our colors align. And then one of these is going to go on all 4 sides here. And then these last 2 units down here. So what we'll do is we'll add everything together to the bottom row, everything together to the middle row, and then everything together for the top row, and then we'll add those together to create our block. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, and then we're just going to line everything up and sew it together. And make sure my seams are laying flat. And then this is one of the middle section pieces. And line up all my edges. Looks good. Okay, I'm going to clip this off and then kind of finger press this out of the way, and let's add our another piece down here. So that was our bottom row, then that one's going to be done. And I kind of do this leapfrog kind of chain piecing so that I kind of keep myself oriented. It's just easier for me to keep track of where I'm at on putting the blocks together, where I'll stitch one through, stitch my second piece, clip off the one that I did, and then finish that and just keep going. Okay, so I'll clip this one. And that looks good. And then we're going to add this piece. Clip this one off, and this one is done, so that will be ready to be pressed. Now I'm going to finish up the center section, and we'll get everything lined up and oriented. Clip this one off, and then we're ready to add that last piece there. Clip that, we'll clip that. I'm going to do everything a quick press, and then we're going to add those together, and then our block will be done. And then we're going to add these last 2 rows onto the center, and that will complete our block. So let's get these on. Okay, take a quick peek. Looks good. Let's get this last one on. Okay, get everything lined up. Okay. Oh, it looks so good. All right, let's give that a final press and we'll take a look at it. Okay, and there is our finished block. It looks really good. I'm very pleased how that came out, and hope you enjoy sewing this one together. Thank you.